There's an old building that sits on the far edge of town, a skeletal silhouette against the dying light. Locals have a name for it, the Whispering Lodge. It's a place swallowed by time and ivy, a structure that everyone knows exists but pretends doesn't. No one lives there. No one dares to go near it. Well, almost no one. There are exceptions. People like Amina, Tund, and Bella. They're a trio of urban explorers, the kind who chase adrenaline in forgotten places for their faceless YouTube channel. And tonight, they're about to make the biggest mistake of their lives. The camera flickers to life, its digital eye blinking into the encroaching darkness. The friends move cautiously toward the decaying lodge, their steps deliberate. Dry leaves, brittle as old bones, crunch and shatter under their feet. It's a moonless night. Thick clouds have gathered, a heavy blanket drawn across the sky, as if the heavens refuse to witness what's about to unfold. Amina's voice is a hushed whisper, barely disturbing the still air. Why does this place feel alive? Tund, trying to be the anchor of the group, forces a smile. Relax. It's just another building, bricks and wood, but his bravado falters when Bella suddenly freezes. Her eyes are wide, fixed on the grand entrance ahead. The front door, it creaks open, slowly, deliberately, all by itself. Not a breath of wind stirred. None of them had even touched it. The moment they cross the threshold, the temperature plummets. It's a sudden, biting cold that seeps into their bones, and their breath instantly turns to white mist in the air. The feeling is overwhelming, oppressive. They are being watched, there's no doubt about it. A presence, unseen but intensely felt, hangs heavy in the atmosphere. Their flashlight beams dance across the walls, revealing desperate messages scratched into the peeling wallpaper, carved with what looks like fingernails. I remember you. You promised. Don't leave me again. Bella takes an involuntary step back, her voice trembling. Who would write this? Tund, ever the investigator, shines his flashlight upward toward the high, vaulted ceiling. For a split second, a shadow detaches itself from the darkness, shifts with impossible speed across the rafters, and vanishes. Amina gasps, her hand flying to her mouth. Was that, but before she can finish, the house settles back into a profound, suffocating silence? They venture deeper, drawn by an unseen force, until they find themselves in what must be the heart of the lodge. It's a large, circular room, empty except for a single, ornate mirror standing in the center. The mirror is ancient, its frame covered in thick layers of dust, its glass spider webbed with cracks. But what's truly unsettling is the reflection. Despite the dust and the cracks, the image it shows is strangely, impossibly clear. Amina's voice cuts through the silence, sharp with alarm. She points a shaking finger. Guys, look! There's someone behind us. They all stare into the glass. In the reflection, standing just a few feet behind them, is a pale woman. She wears a torn, white dress, her long, dark hair covering her face like a funeral shroud. Her head is tilted, her neck hanging at a grotesque, unnatural angle. In a coordinated, terrified motion, the three friends whirl around. There's no one there. The room is empty. With hearts pounding in their chests, they slowly turn back to the mirror. The woman is still there. But now, she's inches behind their reflection, so close they can almost feel her cold breath. A whisper slithers through the room, a sound like cold fingers trailing down your spine. You came back. The words are not heard with the ears, but felt in the soul. Tund stammers, his voice cracking. We're not who you think we are. The whisper doesn't listen. It swells, mutating from a mournful sigh into a full-throated, agonizing wail of betrayal. You promised me. With a deafening crash, the door to the room slams shut. In the same instant, their flashlights flicker and die, plunging them into absolute darkness, save for the faint, spectral light emanating from the cursed mirror. The mirror itself begins to vibrate, a low hum that grows into a violent shudder, as if something trapped inside is desperately trying to break free. Bella's composure finally shatters. She screams a raw, primal sound. "Let's go, now." But as they scramble for the exit, the floor begins to shake violently. The very architecture of the house seems to conspire against them, warping and shifting to block their escape. The world tilts on its axis. The room stretches, the walls twisting like taffy. In a disorienting flash, the friends find themselves somewhere else entirely. They are standing in a long, endless hallway that seems to defy the laws of physics, stretching into infinity in both directions. The walls are lined with countless identical doors. As they get closer, they see that each door has a name carved into the wood. One of them reads Tund, another Bella, a third Amina. Amina steps back, her mind reeling. This is impossible. This can't be real. Driven by a morbid curiosity, Tund reaches out and opens the door bearing his name. Inside is his childhood bedroom. It's perfect, exact in every single detail, from the faded movie posters on the wall to the worn-out teddy bear on the bed. Bella whispers, a horrifying realization dawning on her. The house, it's not just haunted, it's showing us our memories. The insidious whisper returns, no longer a faint murmur, but a clear, possessive voice that echoes from the very walls. "Because you belong to me." And then, at the far end of the seemingly infinite hallway, she appears, the woman in white. This time, there's no mistaking her. Her feet float inches above the floorboards. Her shoulders twitch and jerk spasmodically. As she drifts toward them, her mouth opens impossibly wide, a silent, gaping scream of eternal sorrow. Amina, pushed past the point of fear, cries out, "What do you want from us?" The woman doesn't speak. She simply raises a pale, skeletal hand and points back the way they came toward the mirror room. Then her voice fills the corridor, a broken, layered echo of countless whispers. "One must stay, or all of you stay forever." The choice hangs in the air, heavier than any silence. Before they can even process it, the hallway begins to crumble. The solid walls dissolve, turning into a vortex of writhing, grasping shadows. An unseen force begins to drag them backward, pulling them inexorably toward the mirror room and the fate it holds. Tund screams, fighting against the pull. "No, we're not choosing anyone." Bella is sobbing, her terror palpable. "She'd take all of us if we don't. We have to do something." Amina looks from Bella's tear-streaked face to Tund's desperate struggle. Her own eyes are filled with a terror that has given way to a terrible resolve. I'll do it." Tund and Bella scream her name, reaching for her, but it's too late. Before they can stop her, the shadows converge. They engulf Amina, pulling her from her feet, dragging her into the glowing surface of the mirror. Her final scream echoes through the collapsing reality, and then is abruptly cut off. The mirror flashes with a brilliant, blinding light, and then seals shut, its surface becoming smooth and unbroken once more. In the next moment, Tund and Bella are thrown violently out of the lodge. They land in a heap on the damp earth as the great front door slams shut behind them with a sound of utter finality. The house is still. Bella trembles uncontrollably, scrambling to her feet. "We can't just leave her. We have to go back." But Tund, his face streaked with tears and dirt, grabs her arm, shaking his head. The look in his eyes is one of complete and utter defeat. "If we go back in there, none of us will ever come out." There was nothing left to do. They ran. They fled into the night, away from the whispering lodge, to broken figures swallowed by the darkness, leaving a part of their souls behind. And inside the lodge, in the silent, cold mirror room, the cracked glass begins to glow with a faint, ethereal light. Amina's shadow appears, her form pressed against the inside of the glass, her hand flat against the surface that is now her prison wall, trapped forever. A final, satisfied whisper echoes through the empty halls. A promise, kept, Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the unknown. Stay safe out there.